What happens when your glow-up makes your fiancé try to run you over? So I lost 40 pounds this year and finally felt confident enough to join a real gym. Not Planet Fitness, like an actual gym with serious equipment and people who knew what they were doing. That's where I met Alex, my trainer. Super professional guy, helps with my form, never weird about it. Just doing his job, you know? But my fiancé Nathan started getting suspicious when I mentioned Alex helped me with deadlifts. Why does he need to touch you to show you weights? He kept asking. At first, I thought it was just insecurity. I mean, I get it. I looked completely different. The girl he proposed to used to hide under baggy clothes and order pizza 3 times a week. Now I was meal prepping quinoa bowls and posting gym selfies, but it got darker. Nathan started timing my workouts. You said you'd be done at 7. It's 7:15. He'd show up sometimes, just sitting in his car, watching through the window. When I confronted him about it, he said he was protecting his investment. His investment, like I was property he'd purchased. The worst part? I started doubting myself. Maybe I was being inappropriate with Alex. Maybe I was enjoying the attention too much. Nathan had this way of making me feel guilty for things that weren't even wrong. One night, I came home from the gym glowing because I'd finally hit my deadlift goal, something I'd been working toward for months. Instead of celebrating with me, Nathan said, "You care more about impressing that trainer than your own fiancé." That's when it hit me. He didn't want me to succeed. He wanted me to stay small, insecure, dependent. My confidence threatened him more than any other man ever could. I started seeing a therapist. She helped me realize that someone who truly loves you, celebrates your growth, doesn't try to shrink you back down. During one session, I broke down completely. I told her how I'd started apologizing for taking up space again, how I'd catch myself hunching my shoulders to look smaller when Nathan was around. "You're shrinking yourself to make him comfortable," she said. "But healthy love doesn't require you to be less than who you are." The sessions were helping, but I kept them secret because Nathan would have lost his mind. I paid in cash, told him I was shopping or getting coffee. The lies made me sick, but I was desperate to save myself. 3 weeks ago, Alex mentioned I should consider competing in a local fitness competition. Just a suggestion, nothing romantic, nothing inappropriate. When I mentioned it to Nathan, his face went white with rage. "Over my dead body," he said. "You're not parading around in a bikini for other men to stare at." That night, I lay in bed next to this man I was supposed to marry in 8 months, and I felt completely alone. I stared at my engagement ring, the symbol that used to make me so happy, and all I could think about was how trapped I felt. I realized I was planning a wedding, but grieving the death of who I used to be, not because I missed being heavy, but because Derek was killing the confident woman I'd become. I thought about my mom asking about wedding dress fittings, about our friends asking if we'd set a venue. How do you tell people you're scared to marry someone who sees your growth as a threat? The next morning, I made a decision. I was going to enter that competition, whether he liked it or not. My body, my choice, my life. Last Tuesday, I'm finishing my workout when Nathan's truck comes screeching into the parking lot. I'm walking to my car with Alex. He was just walking me out because it was late. Nathan rolls down his window and starts screaming, "I knew it! You're cheating on me with this gym rat." Alex tries to calm him down, explaining we're just trainer and client, but Nathan's not hearing it. He guns the engine straight toward us. I dove behind a parked SUV. Alex barely rolled over the hood. Nathan's truck smashed into the gym's front window. When the cops arrived, Nathan was still in his truck, crying and screaming that I'd changed, that I wasn't the same person he fell in love with. The officer looked at me and said, "Ma'am, sounds like that's exactly the point." Nathan's facing assault charges now. I'm single, still going to the gym, and honestly, best shape of my life in every way possible.